But does it bother anyone else that she has one AirPod on in the bathtub, or is it just me? Okay, so I'm not trying to be a tea channel or anything. I've just listened to all the GABBIE HANNA drama, and I just want to comment on it. So GABBIE HANNA just uploaded her own little video singing in a bathtub, not singing in the shower, singing in a bathtub, very different. And it's apparently all to just promote her new album. And then she wrote a whole essay about it. So yeah, the video is super weird, but honestly it's kind of catchy. I'm super confused.
Don't forget the world is about to end. Fuck it.
She displayed her feet a lot in this video, like a lot, 'cause it was kind of like a sneak preview into her OnlyFans. But anyways, on to the real substance of the video, the description of this video, the essay of the video, and her continuation onto the series that everyone wanted her to end, but she decided to continue.
I felt my mental health being compromised, so I took a step back to be a person, touch some grass, pet my cats, see my friends, write some music, paint, mostly. I knew coming into this that it would be difficult, but I wasn't able to handle it the way I thought I was. This series is and always has been about healing, so if it gets to a place where it's no longer serving that purpose, I'm not going to push myself in a direction that's hurting more than it's helping. This series is not asterisk about drama, it's about my life and processing trauma.
Like, honey, Gabby, you with this series, you brought yourself into this series, you brought up other people's trauma, to profit off of other people's trauma, to bring up your own trauma, I suppose, and to profit off of that if you want to go into that direction, because other people have talked about that. Like, you brought this upon yourself, and to bring, like, if you couldn't handle people critiquing that and bringing up that and then calling you out on your own BS, that's your own fault. Like, that is truly your own fault, because you made it other people's business by making it so public. Because, like, you are such a public figure and you have made so many scandals. Like, you knew this was going to happen.
Unfortunately, a lot of that does involve people who consistently wrap me up in drama online. Trust me, I hate it too. This series is simply a documentation of a life not many people experience or see.
Gabby, you know this is about drama. Drama sells, drama makes money. And even if you don't want to go up a narrative of, like, not everything is about money, look at how you marketed it. Gabby, the other thing is, if you're going to come at someone, right? If you're going to, like, come at someone, they have the right to retaliate, like, against your claims. Like, of course they're going to defend themselves. Like, what do you expect? Because you defended yourself again, like, against their claims. Like, I don't understand. The other thing is when you say that, like, you're not going to continue the thing if it's not helping the process anymore, if it's hurting, not healing. And then at the end of this thing, you allude to the fact that you're going to continue the series. You're contradicting yourself, unless if everyone was, like, misunderstanding.
It was also meant to be a commentary on the constant, targeted harassment and exploitation of women in media. It's meant to serve as a tool in shedding light on the very trivialized and misunderstood mental disability, ADHD.
Gabby, can you not make this about exploitation of women? Can you not do that? Can you not do that? Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
In starting this series, I was also just starting treatment. As I was editing, I was able to look back at the situations I was describing and recognize how my lack of understanding and treatment exacerbated otherwise trivial situations.
You know, I know that other people feel this way. I know that other people feel this way. Like, I've read comments. I've seen so many comments about people with ADHD and similar conditions and diagnoses and like such that are mad at GABBIE HANNA every time she brings up ADHD. She uses ADHD as an excuse for any bad behavior, and she needs to stop, because I personally find it insulting and I find it demeaning every time she uses ADHD as an excuse for any bad behavior. She needs to reflect on herself. She needs to stop. And people that know her personally, like, that have made videos about her, recognize that behavior in her as well and are sick of it, and she needs to stop. She has taught, and I'm not going to name any conditions or anything like that, but she needs to stop using ADHD as the excused behavior.
I began medicating shortly after I finished filming, and it changed my life. I spent so much of my life feeling like an alien on Earth, not understanding why I thought so differently than other people, wondering why things that felt earth-shattering to me felt insignificant to the rest of the world. If someone had sat me down and explained to me that I don't process the world the same as most other people because my brain didn't develop like most other people.
The other thing that bothers me is that she keeps on using the word treatment. She's still exhibiting like the same public persona and same public personality traits. With the understanding that perhaps treatment is still fairly new to her, there is still like no clear like change, at least in my eyes. She's like, to me, and granted I'm not like a big fan of GABBIE HANNA, so to me, wouldn't I not see GABBIE HANNA in my newsfeed? Wouldn't I not see GABBIE HANNA like in my timeline? Or like wouldn't GABBIE HANNA like take a break? Okay, to be honest, the rest of the essay, she talks about ADHD, and she talks about like her series and art, and I'm a psych major, okay? Like I'm gonna be level with you. What she says, you could say about literally anything. She talks about comorbidity, she talks about ADHD among men and women, okay? And like, people may not like me for this opinion. I'm gonna be honest. You could say that about literally any diagnosis. You can say that about bipolar disorder, you can say that about autism, you can say that about depression, you can say that about schizophrenia, anything. Men and women diagnoses are different among men and women, non-binary people, anything. It is different. It is not like, it's not nuanced, like it's not, you're not different for saying that. It's not like you're not profound for saying that men and women's experiences with X disorder diagnosis is different. That's not significant. Like, that's factual, you know? And I'm genuinely not trying to demean her statement by saying that. I'm genuinely not. But that's not like a significant statement to me. And that might be because I know that. I don't know who her audience in that statement is trying to be. I understand that her audience, her fan base is younger people. When she talks about her argumentative art, okay, to me that says that those videos were her release of therapy. Therapy is private. Therapy is not your admission into the universe, and everyone can have a release of your therapy sessions. That means when you release something into the universe, that means that everyone is able to critique it. Everyone is able to have an opinion on it. And that is the reason why I have an issue with some of the things that Demi Lovato has done and talked about. That is a different issue. We're not talking about Demi Lovato. When you're making something for the purpose of pure therapy, for pure therapeutic purposes, then in my personal opinion, it should not be released into the universe. It should not be released for public domain, because then everyone can have an opinion on it, and then you're going to be all mad and offended for valid reasons, because then you're going to get hurt, and you shouldn't be hurt, and you shouldn't subject yourself to that. Because therapy, you should be able to actually be healed and have the opportunity to be healed.
I would have spent a lot less time wanting to be ***** my fuck ***** br at ns out. This is a topic that is very dear and important to me. Men and women experience ADHD differently. The age at which you recognize and get treatment makes you experience ADHD differently. The type of ADHD, inattentive, hyperactive, combined type, makes you experience ADHD differently. Comorbidities and past trauma make you experience ADHD differently. The way you were raised makes you experience ADHD differently. The level of severity makes you experience ADHD differently. To say someone's disability doesn't affect them in a certain way because it doesn't affect you a certain way is incredibly ableist. A lot of people with opinions on my series haven't watched it. They watched videos talking about me without asking the time to listen to me. It sucks, but it's life. This series is my art. It's meant to be consumed in its entirety, not in bits and pieces. I created it so I could stop obsessing, and for all intents and purposes, it worked. I feel myself healing and moving on. I wanted to tell my side and never speak of it again, and I failed at the beginning by engaging online. Surprise! I'm impulsive and defensive. I'm also a human. I found myself wanting to explain myself again and wanting to combat every new lie. Then I took a step back into the real world where I'm a pretty happy and chill person. Online, I'm a version of me that I really can't stand. From here on out, I'm offline entirely. I really hope you enjoy the rest of the series. I put a lot of time and energy into it. It helped me find myself as a person and an artist and pushed me to places I was too scared to go creatively. I'm very excited to share that with you, smiley face.
She keeps on saying the way you experience ADHD, the way you experience the way you may experience, and it just gets really repetitive and all of that. And like, yes, I acknowledge the fact that everyone experiences everything differently. The way you experience ADHD, the way you experience depression, the way you experience anything is going to be different. The way you experience a life, everyone experiences a life differently. However, there are criteria that needs to be met to have a diagnosis of literally anything. There are criteria that need to be met to fit into a spectrum of whatever that characteristic or disorder might be. She says that she wants to move away from online and like she won't be posting again. Looking like ahead, and she did like a live stream apparently like last night. That I guess is not true now because she's going to be posting on OnlyFans as her main source of income and creating music. I think her series would have gone a lot differently if she would have been able to take criticism, or if she would have been able to just be able to purge all of this type of like traumatic experiences, be able to like actually put her thoughts into the universe and walk away from it, like actually be able to walk away from it and not have to be like put more thoughts into it, be able to just put everything out there and step away, you know? And I do think that might have been her actual intention, but she horribly followed through with that, and I think she acknowledged that, but she wasn't able to actually follow through with that. The next thing she says that bothers me a lot is that every person says this, is that it's not meant to be seen in bits and pieces. It's meant to be seen and viewed in its entirety. Literally every person that thinks they're like this artist says this. If you're going with a narrative that this was a therapeutic process for you, then why does everyone need to go on this therapeutic journey with you? Why can't you go on this therapeutic journey, and why can't that be it for you? Why does everyone in the whole universe need to go on this therapeutic journey with you for you to be okay with yourself? Why can't you just be okay with that? Finally, I don't really know where to put this, but finally I want to talk about the way in which GABBIE HANNA treated her friends during the Escape the Night era. That was horrific. She has acknowledged that, but she's still I don't think has truly processed that because she still is defending some of her behavior. She does not seem to understand how a Hollywood production site works. She does not seem to understand how Hollywood works. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. I understand that, and I do not work in Hollywood. I study Hollywood. I want to work in film. I cannot comprehend that she does not understand how Hollywood works and how a film set works. Working in the industry is an incredibly collaborative process, and you have to be able to work well with people, and it is not about you. Unless if you are a Meryl Streep or an A-list person, it is not about you. It is about working with other people and being able to work well with one another to be able to create a piece of artwork so that you are all benefiting from that experience and being able to get paid for your artwork. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video.